Previously on TSR Live.
The number one rule that you have to follow when getting your woman or women a gift for Valentine's Day is you have to get her what she deserves. Get her what she deserves.
Previously on TSR Live.
The number one rule that you have to follow when getting your woman or women a gift for Valentine's Day is you have to get her what she deserves. Get her what she deserves. Not what television says they deserve, not what her friends say they deserve, not what she says she deserves. Get her what she truly deserves. Okay? If she's a bum-ass bitch and obviously if she cheats on you, you need to leave her anyway. But if she's not a good girlfriend, don't get her shit. Get her a bag of Skittles. Have a happy Valentine's Day. Oh my, I don't have my girl voice today, but she's gonna be like, oh my god, why didn't you give me a great Valentine's? Because you're not a good girlfriend. Well, I want out. See you later. You're doing me a favor. Now, if your woman takes good care of you, that's when you send her flowers to the office, right? That's when you do that. You're gonna give her that validation. Okay? If she earns the validation, gentlemen, give it to her. If you don't reward her good behavior, if you don't give her the validation she is working for, she will quit working for it. That's how this works. Relationships are give and take. Don't be meathead red pill guy who says, well, I don't give a fuck what she does for me. I'm not giving her shit. No, it doesn't work that way. And any man who says shit like that has never fucked a beautiful woman before.
And now your man, Donovan Sharp.
Never, ever take relationship advice from a woman. She doesn't need space. She wants out. Stop playing video games and hit the gym, dude. If she breaks up with you, she has already found your replacement. Guaranteed. What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and welcome to the 206th edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. It is Monday, February 19, 2018. And I am back in Philly tonight, guys. Flew in from Fort Lauderdale earlier this morning. Had to take care of some business down in South Florida and decided to make a mini vacation out of it. I was actually on O'Shea's show, O'Shea Duke Jackson's show, yesterday. Okay, Delilah Rose, you're a woman, and I would advise you to stop the chat right now. I can already see that you have chatted 3 times, so watch yourself. Watch yourself. I'm just letting you know right now. Yes, I'm a misogynistic son of a bitch. I have no interest in what women have to say. You can admire me from afar. I do not need your validation. I don't need you to tell me that I'm the man. I know I'm the man. Sit back and learn. Don't need you to tell me that I teach you. Keep your mouth shut. Anyway, I was on O'Shea's show yesterday and talked about the downsides of dating 9s and 10s. And, as usual, I was met with a lot of resistance. Guys telling me, no, you got to treat 1s and 8s the same. No, nope. There's a big difference. There are a lot of different rules. Different rules apply to extremely good-looking women. And so it was a lot of fun. Had the palm trees in the background, decided to do the show outside just to kind of get some fresh air. Which was great. Shout out to Black Mullet 40 with the $10 donation. Via the donation link. He says 757 in the motherfucking house. Now somebody's gonna have to let me know. Area, I think that's Virginia. Area code 757. That is Virginia. I got that right. Okay, very good. Excellent. Thank you very much, Black Mullet, with the $10 donation via the Sharp Reality donation link, which I will post here in just a second. But had a great time down in Fort Lauderdale. Got a little bit of R&R. Was a little bit crazy there. Had some serious business to take care of on Saturday. Sunday was a little bit more relaxing. Got to watch the Daytona 500. Austin Dillon with his second Cup victory. The first, actually, he drives the number 3 car, which was unfortunately vacated by the late great Dale Earnhardt. You guys know I'm a big race fan. Anyway, it's good to be back in the 215. It was, what was it? I don't know, 80 degrees when we took off. 35 degrees when I landed, so I'm already missing the Fort Lauderdale, South Florida weather. But good to be back here in the towers. And today's show, we are definitely going to be bringing the pain. Let me know, guys. Let me know, guys, if I sound okay. I've played a little bit with the sound. And I wanted to make it so that I don't have to talk loud for you guys to hear me. I want to be able to talk at an audible tone. Brad G Master says he is watching from Daytona, so shout out to Brad down there in Daytona, Florida. My Instagram listener. We are brought to you in part by Happy Hippo Herbals, home of the highest quality kratom on the planet. Buy Happy Hippo Herbals via my affiliate link that I am spamming in the chat right now to help yourself and help to support the show at zero cost to you. I actually don't have any kratom around. I actually took Thunder Hippo today. I definitely needed it. Definitely a fast strain as I am a zombie. But as I said earlier in my Instagram pre-show Q&A, the show must go on. So good to have Happy Hippo Herbals as a sponsor. We are broadcasting live simultaneously to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Only streaming to the main YouTube channel from here on out, unless, of course, I get a community strike, at which point I will stream through my backup channel, as I did last fall. But until then, only the main channel. It's going to save me a little bit of money. Didn't really get too much traffic on the backup channel as soon as I got the main channel back online. So I'm only streaming to the main channel. I will use the backup channel in the event that I get another community strike for whatever reason. Who knows? Instagram is where I have my pre-show Q&A, so be sure to jump on that. Usually lasts around 10 or 15 minutes before I go live. So be sure to follow me on Instagram at The Sharp Reality, all one word, no spaces, to make sure that you guys get in on that. To contribute to the show, you can do this one of two ways. You can do that via Super Chat, or you can do like Black Mullet 40 did, and donate through my donation link, my contribution link, www.streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharp. That's www.streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharp, where 100% of your contribution goes directly to the show. I absolutely love it when you guys donate through Super Chat. If that's easier for you, I certainly have no problem for that. But if you want more of your cash to come to the showers, www.streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharp is the best way to do that. And speaking of the donation link, shout out to Rod H, who had a $100 donation on Friday night. He donated $100 to the show via the www.streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharp link. $100. Rod, thank you very much for your donation, your contribution. Again, it's guys like you that definitely keep the show on the air, help to support the show, help to support what I'm doing here. I've been busy a lot. Got a lot going on in the background as of late, but it's always good to have you guys' undying support. Listen, I love the big donations, the big super chats, but the $2, the $1, the $5, that's what really keeps the show afloat. That being said, definitely a big shout out to Rod H with the $100 donation on Friday. So let's get to it. Why pro-blacks are the same as feminists? That's going to be the subject of tonight's show. Now, just so you guys know and understand, I'm not talking about real black leaders who make a difference in the black community, who support the black community, support black local businesses. I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about these fake pro-blacks, like these fake, like the lower level MGTOWs out here, right? We've got a lot of MGTOWs, like Black Gnostic Speaks. He is a notable MGTOW. One of the coolest guys I know, guy crushes pussy, etc., etc. But we also have the lower rung MGTOWs who basically live in their mom's basements. They play video games all day. They eat Cheetos and Hot Pockets and Little Debbie snacks. They get fat. They jerk off to porn. They probably got a sex doll. And then they talk shit about guys like me who actually like pussy, who like to stick penises inside of real living, breathing vaginas as though we're the bad guys. Okay? No. We're not talking about guys like that. We're not talking about the real black leaders, the real black people who make a difference in the black community. I'm talking about fake pro-blacks. Fake pro-blacks, guys, are people who tell you that you're not black enough, right? Like there's one guy who really, really hates on me. And I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to give him. I don't want to give this nigga any kind of shine. But this is an ignorant ass fuck. He is a pro-black intellectual, and he gets on me all the time for not being black enough. Like, what's this light-skinned nigga who talks like a white boy? What does he know about racism? What does he know about anything? I'm talking about niggas like this guy. Pro-blacks, as I use air quotes. Well, fake pro-blacks have a lot in common with feminists. And if you pay attention, if you look closely at their marching orders, their doctrines, you will find that they have quite a bit in common. They are quite the same in many, many ways. And I'm being told by Sharp Assist here in the chat that my sound is fine. And if Sharp Assist says my sound is fine, then my sound is definitely fine. Sharp Assist always seems to find something wrong that most people don't. So if I get the blessing of Sharp Assist, then I know that I'm that I'm good to go. Anyway, so what I'm going to do tonight, guys, is I'm going to talk about some of the similarities that these fake pro-blacks have with feminists. So here we go. The first thing they have in common is that they always take the side of blacks, no matter what the circumstances are. Now, feminists, when they hear about an altercation between a man and a woman at work, in public, whether the altercation is verbal, physical, whatever, feminists always take the side of the woman no matter what. Oh, a woman doesn't get her latte at 187.7 degrees and she gets out of pocket and she makes a scene, right? First world problems. This is what white girls do. This is what women do. And females like this, gentlemen, they always escalate physically if they don't get the response that they want, right? They try the name calling, then they try I want to talk to your manager. They do anything and everything to make people, the people that work there, look and feel stupid and uncomfortable. But when they see it's not working, okay, they escalate, right? First, it's making a scene. Then they escalate it to name calling. Then it's swearing. Then it's let me talk to your manager. But if the dude behind the counter holds frame, he toes the company line and addresses her politely without getting drawn into her emotional tirades and shenanigans. It makes her more and more angry because he's not apologizing profusely or offering her free shit. Oh, ma'am, your latte wasn't exactly the way it was supposed to be. Here's free lattes for a year on the house. No. But females never, in this country, in America, they never just back off, right? They continue getting out of pocket until the dude has had enough. Now, first, he'll tell her to leave, which she obviously will not do. Then he has to forcibly remove her from the premises. Now that gets caught on video and then uploaded to YouTube. Then the feminists come screaming abuse and assault and sexual abuse because his hand grazed her tit and all this other noise, knowing full well that the woman was at fault in that situation and had to be removed. Okay, shout out to Supervillain100 with the $2 donation. Says, keep up the good work. Black feminists are a cancer to the black community. Very good comment there, and he is absolutely right. Black feminists are a cancer everywhere. There's feminism, and then there's black feminism. Black feminism is far worse than regular feminism. Let's just call it. Listen, feminists, at least white girl feminists, at least they're fuckable, right? At least they want the D, or at least you would think they want the D. Black feminists, they're not even giving up the pussy, right? Like guys like me say, hey, one of the few things that's good about feminism is that it's easy pussy. Okay, fair enough. Black feminism, you ain't getting any pussy. At least give us the pussy. If you're gonna be insufferable, if you're gonna talk about black feminism all the time, the least you can do is give up the ass. Nope, black feminists ain't even doing that. Pro-blacks are exactly the same in this regard. They hear about or they see a white person and a black person, right? It's usually on YouTube or some sort of article, get into some sort of altercation about whatever, whether it's verbal, physical, whatever. And the pro-blacks, just like feminists, always take the side of the black person, even in the face of evidence that clearly shows the black person was at fault. This is what happens. I give an example. I watched a series recently called American Horror Story Cult. It's probably available on Amazon or Hulu or whatever the case may be. And you guys should definitely watch it. The red pill was fully on display there. As a matter of fact, the show's main character, Kai Anderson, they actually showed his computer. He was on the red pill Reddit. So this was attack on the alt-right. And again, as a side note, the red pill is now being grouped in with the alt-right. I am not an alt-right guy. I'm red pill, I'm not alt-right. I know it's hard. I know, listen, they've grouped these two together and now they've done it with American Horror Story Cult. That's just the way it is. Anyway, so what he did is he wanted to drum up propaganda he wanted to put out propaganda that would suggest that illegal immigrants from Mexico are all criminals and violent criminals. So what we saw on the YouTube video was him getting the shit kicked out of him by 8 or 9 Mexicans. Well, what happened before then is that these Mexicans were all standing by a van, smoking their cigarettes, minding their own business, and Kai Anderson comes out of nowhere, and he's singing La Cucaracha. He's drunk as shit, right? Because he knows he's going to get the shit kicked out of him. He's drunk as shit. He's like, La Cucaracha. And he takes out a condom. He takes his dick out, fills the condom with piss, ties up the bag, hurls it in the directions of the Mexicans, right in front of them. Boom, it explodes. He stands there. Well, if you're a man and another man throws basically a water balloon full of piss at you and piss gets on your clothes, what are you going to do? You're going to fuck that dude up, which is exactly what they did. This is exactly what feminists and pro-blacks like to do, right? They see the end result and they always take the side of their advocate. Pro-blacks always take the side. No matter what the black person did to evoke or provoke the situation, no, the other person was wrong because pro-black. Women, the same way. Well, the man is the bad guy because they're men. Okay? Listen, guys, this is exactly how it works. Feminists are never interested in the whole story. They are only interested in the feminist angle, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of whether or not the girl is at fault. Pro-blacks are even worse when it comes to this stuff. Especially when it comes to men like Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Malik Zulu Shabazz. That slimy ass nigga. Man, I can't stand that nigga. And by the way, Malik Zulu Shabazz, his birth name was Paris Lewis. Listen, this guy went on record. It was so funny because he went on Fox News during the whole Duke lacrosse things, talking about, oh, I know Crystal Gayle Mangum was raped because she told me, and I know stuff about nigga. No, you didn't know shit. Crystal Gayle Mangum was a lying fucking hoe who got pissed off that she got made fun of by a bunch of fucking white boys, which she absolutely should have. She made up a fucking lie and turned those boys' lives upside down. And there is Shabazz on TV talking about we need to hang these white boys because of what they did to this innocent black girl. That is the definition of a fake pro-black. Something else that fake pro-blacks have in common with feminists: they never hold black people accountable in bad situations. Okay? Listen, I'm gonna say it. Trayvon Martin, right? Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown. Now let me take it back here. When a woman behaves badly, right? If she's in a guy's face, she gets knocked out. My favorite video of a woman getting knocked the fuck out. We've all seen the video. I think they're on a train or a subway, and this girl is in this dude is probably like 6'5", 6'6". She is talking shit to this dude for a good 5 minutes. Finally, he smacks the color off this bitch. And then some white knight jumps in to her defense, and the white knight ends up getting the absolute shit kicked out of him. And good for this dude. So he smacks the girl down, beats the shit out of the white knight. Good for him on both fronts. Anyway, feminists never hold the woman accountable for putting her hands on him first, right? For spilling her drink on him, damaging his property, getting in his face, talking shit. We've also seen the bus video where the bus driver like uppercuts the shit out of the bitch. Like that, like guys, YouTube, Google bus driver uppercuts woman. It's one of the greatest YouTube videos of all time. Probably has 15 million views. Anyway, if a dude breaks a woman's face, if he puts his fist through her face for getting out of pocket, they never point out the fact that maybe she shouldn't have been talking shit to a man she's giving away 100 pounds to. Right? Like, maybe she shouldn't have been in his face. Like, he didn't just walk up and steal her in the face. No. Like, she provoked that. Taking a side no matter what means being completely devoid of accountability. Okay? Now, let's go back to Trayvon Martin. I catch a lot of heat for this stuff. Trayvon Martin, at one point in the altercation, was on top of George Zimmerman. All right? Listen, Trayvon Martin was not an innocent schoolboy. I'll say it again. No, he should not have been killed. But not holding someone accountable for their role in a bad situation is irresponsible. This is how you create more Trayvon Martins. Gentlemen, don't get overzealous with an adversarial overzealous neighborhood watchman. That doesn't mean that Zimmerman had the right to kill Martin. Obviously not. Nobody's suggesting that here. Okay? But you have to know how to act in certain circumstances. No, Trayvon Martin did not deserve to get killed, but let's not pretend he did everything right. Okay? If you have a George Zimmerman in your neighborhood, are you going to walk down the street in a hoodie? I don't think so. When black men get shot and killed, we never talk about what not to do in those situations. Oh my God, a cop shot and killed an unarmed black man. Well, in some of those cases, the unarmed black man gestured threateningly toward the cop or got physical with the cop. And guys, we know that white cops are trigger happy anyway with niggas. We are bigger, faster, stronger than most cops. If we accost a cop, dude, the only equalizer is the gun. And if he feels like his life is in danger, meaning we attack him, he is going to put us down. This is the reality. You can't put yourself in that situation. Then we hold vigils for these people. We hold vigils for these people. We don't want to speak ill of the dead. Okay? Pro-blacks don't want to talk about the fact that Michael Brown assaulted the officer or was guilty of assault before the officer killed him in Ferguson. Right? Like, we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about white cop shoots unarmed black man. We don't want to talk about the black story. Pro-blacks don't want to hold black people accountable for their role in bad situations. They want to absolve all blacks because we're blacks. Again, that is dangerous. That's irresponsible. We cannot do that. Talk about the fact that bad things happen. Okay, we have to talk about these things because white cops killing unarmed black men, that is a problem. No question about it. But we also need to talk about what to do to avoid those situations. We have to. Listen, I talk about this example all the time. Yes, my bike got stolen in a bad part of town when I lived in Reno. But you want to know something? I should have used a better lock, and I should have locked up my bike in a better part of town. Yes, the bike thief was wrong, but if I know what people are like in that part of town were like, then I should have exercised better judgment. This is what we do. If you know white cops are out here shooting niggas and he pulls you over, don't get adversarial with a trigger happy white cop. Don't do it. Should it be this way? No, but this is the way it is. Like, that's how it is. If you know the cop is trigger happy, don't provoke him. Like, that's ridiculous. Don't be a martyr. Don't make a point. Man, he gave me a ticket because I'm black, then he put me in the handcuffs. Nah, nigga, he gave you a ticket because you were speeding and your tags were past due, and when he asked you for your license and registration, you got loud and belligerent. Bad things happen, gentlemen. That's life. But if pro-blacks never hold blacks accountable for their role in a bad situation, guess what, guys? Shit ain't gonna change. Feminists damn sure don't. Listen, feminists damn sure don't want to do this. They don't do this stuff. And guys, listen, we can see that women are getting worse by the day because the world is giving them a free pass to do whatever and say whatever they want to do. Consequences be damned. Pro-blacks are literally exactly the same way. Something else that pro-blacks, fake pro-blacks, have in common with feminists. They don't want to adjust. They want the world to change. Right? Feminists are always bitching and complaining about why men don't commit to them. Okay? Right? They're always complaining about why men don't take them seriously and about how we're the ones with the problem because we don't want to marry fat, tattooed women with bull rings who can't cook. We're the ones with the problem. Men shouldn't like these women. That's the difference, obviously. But the point is that if you want a good outcome with men, women have to be proactive to make a change. Lose the weight, stop being slutty, stop getting tattoos, and stop dyeing your hair green. You will get more attention from higher quality men. That's how this works. Well, pro-blacks think that white people and racists should change to make their situation better. Here's the problem, guys. They're not. Listen, racist white people ain't changing, guys. Period. This ain't the movies, man. This ain't Remember the Titans. This isn't black people and white people get together and they share a common experience and all of a sudden their racial sensibilities go away. Nah, that's not the way this works. This isn't TV where racist white people see the error of their ways and completely change for the better. Does that happen? Yes. Does it happen often? Fuck no. Dude, if a white person is racist, only a life-changing event. Well, I can't even describe to you what would have to happen for a white racist person to all of a sudden change their entire doctrine, their entire mindset. Okay, guys, listen. Once a racist, always a racist, and this includes black people. Yeah, a lot of you niggas out here are racist. Listen. Black people are every bit as racist as white people, and sometimes even worse. And black people can say, well, we got a right to be. That doesn't make it right. Right? You want to get on white people for being racist? Well, what about you, racist? White people shouldn't care about our problems. I've written and talked about that. I've written about that on negromanosphere.com. I've talked about it on my show. This YouTube nigga that I talked about earlier called me lost when I talked about what I do before I drive. This dude is a pro-black intellectual. He believes that the things in the black community should remain status quo and that the white world should adjust to us. He thinks white cops should just change their mindsets when they see us riding around with white girls, or just change their mindset when they see us with a taillight out or with our inspection 5 minutes past due. They're not. Feminists want women to get respect. If they want that, you must earn that respect. It's not going to be given to you. It's not going to be given to you just because you demand it. Men won't respect women just because you're a fucking woman with a vagina. Pro-blacks want racism to go away, but it's not going to happen until we make that change. Stop having 77% of our kids out of wedlock. Stop embracing the ghetto-ass culture. Right? Start dotting your I's and crossing your T's when you drive. Quit that nigga lifestyle. Make something of yourself. Pro-blacks want racism to go away, but it's not going to happen until we make that change, guys. Another thing that, quote, pro-blacks have in common with feminists. Their whole lives revolve around racism. Man, we all have a friend like this who does not listen. All feminists do, or all a lot of the militant feminists do, is talk about the patriarchy. Men are evil. Men are perverts. Feminism is the greatest thing ever. Sexual liberation, slut walks. Everything they do from sunup till sundown is about feminism. They never take a break to do or think about anything else. Even at the grocery store, they're looking at labels saying, see, male privilege. Now, to be fair, I'm the same way, okay? My girl will tell you that I'm exactly the same way. I see the red pill everywhere, and I talk about it a lot. But here's the difference. I make a living doing this, and I know a lot of feminists make a living doing this, but I help men change their lives for the better. Feminists are literally destroying women and getting paid to do it. All feminists do is complain and make the lives of others worse. Period. Pro-blacks are the same way. They get up, they read the newspaper, Racism Today, right? They go to their pro-black blog to read the 5 stories about isolated racist incidents around the world. Then they go to work and talk about racism. They talk about racism at lunch. Everything they do, their entire existence revolves around racism, just like militant feminists. There's no break. Everything that they come across has a racist element to it. Well, why has the street got to be black for people to drive on, right? Why the clouds got to be white, but the storm clouds got to be black? Stupid, silly shit that you would never think about having a racist angle towards. These niggas find it. And like I said, man, we have all had that friend before. And we all know that shit gets old real fucking quick, man. Real fucking quick. I actually saw a dude at the Fort Lauderdale airport today as we're getting on the plane to come on here back to Philly. Had on a hoodie. And by the way, the Fort Lauderdale airport is fucking garbage. Oh, God. Anyway, So he had on this black hoodie that read, and I quote, "Dear racism, I am not my grandparents. Sincerely, these hands." The fuck you gonna do, nigga? You gonna call somebody who calls you a nigger? Like for serious? You're gonna walk out the house wearing that? This dude wants everyone to know that these hands are gonna scare racists away. Dude's asking for attention and asking for trouble because he can't leave this shit alone. Men who walk around with clothes like that, this is their only existence. I knew a guy in Atlanta, worked with a guy in Atlanta, called himself Minister Clyde. Didn't have a church or anything. People just called him Minister Clyde. I had no fucking, this nigga did not like me. He didn't like me because of the way I talked. I had swagger. This was right after I got chewed up and spit out of North Carolina. This dude did not like me. Anyway, came in from a delivery. I walked in on a conversation and I asked, well, what was the conversation about? Just to poke fun at him because I love fucking with this dude. And he said, man, we just talk about all the racism in the world. I said, well, hold on. Stop there, Clyde. I said, is racism all you ever talk about? Yo, he turned around and this nigga was mad. Yo, he says, boy, you don't be knowing these white folks out here will kill you. And I said, maybe, but I'm not going to stand around and talk about it all the time. All pro-blacks do is bitch about racism. They are not well-rounded people. Neither are feminists. Guys, they don't care about anything but feminism, and it's all they do or talk about. Yes, I'm red pill, guys. I do a show every day, but I have other interests outside of the red pill community. My whole existence doesn't revolve around talking shit about fat chicks, although that would be fun. Fortunately for me and other men like me, I talk about self-improvement, getting your finances in order, getting your body right, taking up hobbies and projects that increase your value as a man. I live this shit and you guys know this. So there's nothing wrong with eating, drinking, and breathing red pill awareness, fortunately for us. But when you roll out of bed and the first thing that comes to your mind is why you hate men like feminists do, or why you hate black people, or why you hate white people like pro-blacks do, it is a miserable fucking existence. They are fucking miserable. At Donovan_Sharp is where I can be found on Twitter. Look for me on Facebook and Instagram. Again, it's The Sharp Reality, no spaces, all one word, on Instagram. You can find all previous episodes of TSR on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, the Google Play app on your mobile device, and of course right here on YouTube. Go to DonovanSharp.com for all things Donovan Sharp. There you will find all my published articles on Return of Kings, Negromanosphere.com. You can also go to Podpics to see text conversations I've had with various girls over the years. To sign up for my weekly newsletter, plug in your email address at the bottom of the page and you're good to go. We will neither sell your information nor will we spam you. The Check of the Towers is brought to you by 1821manmade.com. Guys, look at my beard, right? My beard has looked the best it's ever looked. I'm not just saying that, guys. My beard has never looked better, and it's all thanks to the products from 1821manmade.com. The paste, the pomade, and the clay keeps my beard healthy, strong, and soft, and it smells great too. So go to 1821manmade.com for your best beard ever. That's 1821manmade.com. Shout out to Rob Cruz with the $2 super chat. He says, Big Donovan, still waiting for that email, bro. You know what? I'm going to check my email right here on the air, and I know this is bad radio because I told Rob I would do this. Give me 1 second, Rob. Okay, Rob Cruz. There you are. Okay, got it. Okay, gotcha. Okay, very good. Okay, Rob. Yep, I got your email, and I'm going to respond to it right after the show. Been a little bit busy lately. Just got back from vacation, but I'll make sure I get you on that. Rob called me out on O'Shea's show yesterday, man. I was like, God damn, this dude's followed me around, followed me to Florida. All right, let's do a check. Let's do a check of the towers here. See who's in the house. Peter Parker, new face. Good to see you. Everyday Dre. Big Wute Samaj. Delilah Rose says she can't hear anything. Yep, I'm sure you can't. Let me say goodbye to my Instagram. Oh, no, don't want to do that. Oh, boy. Discard it. There we go. Yeah, let me say goodbye to my Instagram crowd. Was on Instagram. John Paul, good to see you in here. Miami J. I was actually going to meet up with Miami J in Fort Lauderdale. Couldn't get around to it. Charles Mergent, good to see you in here. Says great title. Brian Washington warned Delilah. He says, Delilah, silence is golden for you right now. Yes, I do not like women commenting in my chat. I fucking hate those bitches. Oh, Delilah says, I love listening to him though, even though he teaches me a lot as a young black girl. Yeah, I'm sure you do. And like I said, I don't need you to tell me I'm the man. I already know I'm the man. Brandon Storeball, what's going on? Cyborg K says, happy bench press Monday. Yeah, Monday is National Bench Press Day. Love it. Love it. Shout out to Xanatos Clutch with a $10 donation via the donation link. He says pro black conveniently leave out black, or rather, it blanks it out, white supremacist parts of America like Detroit and Memphis, or in the case of rich niggas in Atlanta and DC. Oh crap! Damn it. Actually, hold on. It showed up in my email. Let me finish reading his comment, because I think that is very I think it's very poignant what he was saying here. Give me a second, guys. Where are you? There you are. Ah, damn it. Xanatos, if you would comment, copy and paste that comment in the chat so I can read that. I had to leave. I tried to get that up there for 20 seconds. It obviously wasn't enough time for me to read it all. Dago Silver Black, give me the all clear. Masculion, good to see you in here. Brian Washington says, Donovan, I shared your last video about insecure white guys who drop their women when they find out she's been with a black guy. At least half of them were like, this is true. Listen, man, I don't care who you are. You can tell me whatever you want. But if you find out that your girlfriend fucked with a black dude, you're dropping her. Unless you see that her ex-girlfriend, that her ex-boyfriend looked like a guy like Steve Urkel or was a skinny black guy, you're dropping his ass. Right? If you see he's a fucking 230-pound rugby player, she's gone. She's gone. Absolutely. ETF42 in the house. NYIKEA31 says trifling hoteps. Love it. Frank Martinez in the motherfucking house. Frank Martinez, the international man of mystery, who I am convinced is probably a Colombian drug lord. Probably a Don't quote me on that. I'm just saying, if you need the really, really good cocaine, Frank is probably your guy. Just kidding. He isn't. Or is he? Now, Xanatos says Rafik Jenkins and Miami J stole what he was going to say. Ah, Rafik Jenkins says pro blacks are not that different from the alt-right either. I would agree. I would absolutely agree. Shout out to John Paul with the $5 donation. It says pro blacks and feminists project their racism and sexism towards the people they hate. You guys are coming with the fucking knowledge today. Very good. Very, very good comment, man. Man, dude, that is a great comment. That is absolutely right. This is exactly what they do, guys. This is why they're insufferable. Ben Fast in the house says, as soon as Donovan gets enough subscribers for them to really take notice, this channel will get shut down. Let's write it out while we can look for alternatives. I agree, guys. Listen, here's what's probably going to happen. This is probably going to happen. I would say as soon as I hit maybe 25,000 subscribers, that's when I'm going to start to get, that's when black women are going to start flagging me, right? They're going to start taking my channel down, etc., etc. At which point, I'm not going to stop doing my show. I'll just put it on Patreon. Just charge charge $1 a month to tune into TSR Live with Donovan Sharp, every day. But yeah, that's listen, Ben Fast he's absolutely right. Listen, Minister Jab lost his channel at 24,000 subscribers. He can't put anything up on YouTube before it gets flagged down. Solo TV 84, he got put in timeout. The reason why they haven't gotten me yet is because I'm not big enough. That's just how it is. Shout out to Gunnar Garza, who just subscribed to the channel. Ben Fast said Stephen A. Smith on Ray Rice. Absolutely. Stephen A. Smith, I'm not even going to get into that, but you're absolutely right. Dude, what? 212s, it says, am I still celebrating my Eagles win? Hell yeah, man. I was rocking, dude. And of course, everyone in Florida is from the north. They're either from New York or Philly. So I saw a lot of those fans down there. Frank Martinez says hashtag pussy pass. Sharp Assist says please stay on topic. Yeah, guys, let's try to stay on topic here. Let's not get too far away here. ETF42 says I hate pro-black clothing. Oh my god, dude. Fucking hell. Xanatos, if you're still listening, man, I really want you to put your comment back in there. K-Dog King, don't orange me, man. I don't want to see the orange all over my screen. Try not to do that. Brandon Storeball says feminism is way worse than racism. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Good comments in here. As usual, guys. That was weird. I don't know what the hell happened there. Let's move right along here with the Monday show. Just back from Florida, Fort Lauderdale. Let's go with the next thing that feminists have in common with pro-blacks. Pro-blacks, quote unquote pro-blacks, they can't handle criticism or real life truths about blacks. You tell a feminist that women are the weaker, less intelligent, less rational, less motivated sex, and they fire back with bullshit statistics about how women do better in school. They shoot back with Ronda Rousey and Margaret Thatcher. Now, we all know, and shout out to Black Mullet 40 with the $5 donation. He says the worst a pro-black something or other about the white man while working for the right man. A pro-black bitch, right? A pro-black bitching about the white man while working for the white man. Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing, man. Like these black bitches talking about pro-blacks and white men ain't shit. Guess what? Like that dude signs your checks. So how much shit do you want to talk about, right? Like come on, like seriously, let's keep it real. If you really were pro-black, if you really wanted to keep the man from keeping you down, you wouldn't work for the man. You're gonna work for the black man. Now, we know that continuing on with my thought, we know that the American education system caters to females while it stacks the deck against men. Listen, we've known this for a while. We know that Ronda Rousey wouldn't last 10 seconds in the octagon with a male who's never been in a fight in his life. And that Margaret Thatcher is one of a very few exceptions to the rule in terms of women are concerned. Xanatos, I see you in there. I don't know if I missed your other comment in the chat, but the comment that you put in the donation link, I really would like you to do that. Xanatos says, Charles, you don't know how lucky you are to live in Las Vegas, a city that isn't a leftist shithole, rightist shithole, nor a pro-black war zone. Yeah, Las Vegas is very non-political in that regard. It is one big adult playground. I would 100%. Oh, he said he placed the comment earlier. All right, I'll get to that. I'll get to that a little bit later. Anyway, the point is, guys, is that feminists can never accept truths about themselves. They can never outwardly admit that there are fundamental differences between men and women. They want all the respect, they want all the power that comes with being called strong and independent without actually having the qualifications nor the stick-to-itiveness to accomplish these things simply because they're women. Now, women do bring things to the table that men generally cannot. They read people better, they can have babies, and they're more capable of bringing the human element of compassion into certain situations where that is absolutely necessary and needed. But rather than embracing their strengths and working on their weaknesses, they make women think that they're the bigger, faster, stronger, smarter sex, and far superior to men in every way, which is dangerous. Just go to YouTube. Look at these bitches out here talking shit to men and getting their faces broken, right? Like they see the shit that they watch on Nickelodeon and the Disney Channel and music videos and TV and media and Facebook. Women are anything you can do, I can do better. Then they get out there in the real world, they talk shit to a man, he breaks her fucking face, and she wants to know, well, what the hell is going on? Like, that's not the way this was supposed to be. And they look all surprised. They got a fucking eyeball hanging out of the socket. Their nose is turned all the way to the left. Yeah, because women are not as strong as men, like you see on television and in movies. Pro-blacks, They do the same shit. You tell pro-blacks that black people have lower IQs than white people, and they lose their shit. Now, as a side note, the IQ thing, that's not something I'm going to get into. I don't care what the IQ thing is. I had a very incendiary conversation with IM that went all sideways. Whether that's true or not doesn't matter, okay? The point is you can't quantify a man's motivation. You can't quantify a man's priorities. And to be fair, there are a lot of people out here with IQ, with high IQs that have no common sense and are fucking lazy, right? Then there are a lot of people who have very low IQs but do very well in life because they have a plan and they have goals. Either way, if you tell pro-blacks anything negative about the black race at all, they get stupid. Then when you say blacks are physically, genetically superior, all of a sudden there's no argument, right? They only like hearing favorable things about black people, but then they want to argue when someone points out that black people may not be perfect in every way. The problem with this particular mindset is that it causes a lot of blacks to have a false sense of superiority, meaning that a lot of times they think that things should just happen for them. Believe it or not, there are people out here like this. I'm really intelligent, so opportunity should be just around the corner. I'm physically superior, so I can get away with working out once a week and eating whatever I want. Next thing you know, they're on my 600-pound life. What ends up happening, guys, is stagnation and lack of motivation because pro-blacks can't have an honest conversation with themselves or anybody else about who we really are as a people, what our limitations are. Like any race, we as black people, we have strengths and weaknesses, right? Acknowledging both helps us to understand the things that we're good at and the things that we need to work on and improve upon. But like feminists who say shit like, well, if women ran the world, there would be no war, or women are perfect every way, are just like pro-blacks who think that black people are the master race. You hear people say this kind of shit. The next thing, I've got a few more of these guys. The next thing that pro-blacks have in common with feminists is that they are extremely fucking entitled. Gentlemen, American females are the most, or feminists rather, they are the most entitled group of people on Earth. They think they deserve the best of everything because they happen to be born with a vagina. They think they're entitled to the same opportunities as men because they say so. Never mind that they almost never have the qualifications. They're entitled to the opportunity because they want it. Feminists want everything to be equal and fair all the time. But like pro-blacks, they can't wrap their minds around the fact that sometimes life just isn't fair. This is just how it works, right? Listen, we all of us sit here and say that life isn't fair. Like, we understand this. But pro-blacks ain't trying to hear that. They want everything to be fair all the time, every day, and it's just not like that, guys. But one thing pro-blacks feel entitled to, that is the most ridiculous fucking thing I have ever heard, are reparations. And for those of you who are not familiar with reparations, the long and the short of it is that what reparations are is for the government to pay back today's black people for all of the unpaid labor that the slaves did back in the day. I'm sure there are other elements and levels to it and this and that and the other, so I don't need some pro-black nigga coming on, well, really? No, nigga, that's what it is. Y'all trying to get paid for some shit other people did, right? Our ancestors put in years and years of work and were never paid, so now we as black people who never worked a single minute on a fucking plantation or picked a single ounce of cotton or a single fucking sugarcane stalk, we want to get paid for the work somebody else did. Pro-blacks steady bitch about we need reparations. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. We're not entitled to get money for some shit for some shit that we never did. If we didn't physically work for it, we don't deserve it. Period. That's how it works. Well, the shit happened back then has a lot to do with the shit today. So so we deserve reparations. Bullshit. We are not entitled to reparations. We are entitled to the same rights and liberties as anybody else in the United States. If a wrong has been done to you in the name of racism, then there are avenues to get you the justice that you deserve. Paying a bunch of black people for the work that slaves did years ago doesn't solve a goddamn thing, and pro-blacks know this. Another thing pro-blacks have in common with feminists is that it's never enough. American women in 2018, they live the best lives of they live the best lifestyle of any woman in any country in all of the world. Life is absolutely trouble-free for women. They are treated like solid golden princesses from birth. They sail through school. They get into whatever college they want. They cheat their way to a useless degree. Then they get jobs that they are neither qualified nor are interested in actually working for, and they still make great money. Shout out to Freelance Ronan with the $3 donation. Says, funny thing is that pro-blacks shame people and claim to hate whites, but yet are always getting caught in interracial relations with whites and other non-blacks of the opposite sex. Exactly. Like a lot of pro-black niggas out here fucking with white girls. Well, where's your blackness now, right? If you're pro-black, you can't be fucking with white girls. Of course not. Because that pro-black, that nigga knows that white girls are better than fucking with black girls. Straight up. I think Malcolm X used to fuck with white girls, didn't he? Anyway, the laws benefit women in every way, guys. Family courts give the mother custody better than 90% of the time, regardless of the circumstances. Wives get 96% of all alimony payments in the United States. They get 84% of child support payments. And even if she signs a prenup, the laws have been modified over the years to make a lot of them useless with the right lawyer, the right judge, and the right jurisdiction. And what a good lawyer will do is he will use case law to overturn a formally signed prenuptial agreement. Women get favorable treatment in traffic, civil, and in criminal court, guys. The law protects them if they accuse a man of rape, meaning which means she doesn't get her name on public record if she makes a false rape accusation. And there's almost never an arrest for making a false rape accusation or filing a false police report. The one exception, of course, that I know of was my own experience back in episode 24, where it took a recording of her actually admitting lying to the 911 operator to put her behind bars. And even then, guys, I can promise you she didn't get prosecuted. They probably just let her walk right out of the cell. The law gives women the power to put any man behind bars by merely saying he put his hands on her. They get treated with the utmost respect wherever they go. They're never held accountable for their bad behavior. They are repeatedly bailed out of bad decisions by the law, by men, by the Plan B pill, abortions, and just about everything else. Women can be sexually promiscuous, financially irresponsible, physically violent, negligent, and sometimes even abusive parents, and outright criminal, and do it all with impunity, meaning they never face real consequences for their actions. The system in the United States, gentlemen, is set up to give women the best lives of any human being in the world, and they still want more. The more we give women, the more they want. The more their lives improve, the more they want. It is never going to be enough for these feminists. Now, pro-blacks aren't exactly the same in this regard. Yes, there is a long way to go as far as race relations, but the fact of the matter is that the civil rights movement and everything that's happened after that has drastically improved race relations in the States. And guys, listen, I know as well as anybody out here that we are multi-generations away from racism ever ceasing to be an issue, whether it's systematic, institutional, or learned racism. And even then, it's never going to be completely gone, guys. That's the reality. But here's what pro-blacks do have in common with feminists in this regard. Nothing will ever be enough for pro-blacks. Guys, I could snap my finger right now and vanquish racism on every level, and pro-blacks will still find a way to squeeze blood out of a fucking turnip. They are going to find something racist about every situation just to stay relevant, okay? Just to find something to bitch and complain about, okay? A company opens up and hires all blacks. Well, they're patronizing African Americans. We don't need their charity. This is altruistic racism. The same company opens up and hires exactly 50% whites and 50% blacks. Well, there should be more blacks working for this company. It doesn't matter what the issue is. It will never be enough for pro-blacks. Ever. The last and final thing that feminists have in common with, quote, pro-blacks is that they don't really want change. No, they don't really want things to change. Pro-blacks live to complain about racism. This is what they want. Okay? And the hard truth is that both feminists and pro-blacks don't really want things to change, because if they did, they would lose their very sense of identity. Remember what we talked about earlier in the show about all they talk about is racism and feminism? Guess what? If that stuff goes away, what do they live for? Think about this, guys. What would guys like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton do if racism just disappeared? What would feminists do if there really was equality between the sexes, meaning both men and women being held to exactly the same standards and judged on exactly the same metrics and merits? What would happen? They would still find something to complain about. This is why feminists and pro-blacks always find another angle anytime an issue that they bring up is resolved. Because the more issues are resolved, the less they have to complain about. And the less they have to complain about, the less relevant they become until they're not relevant at all. This is why they always find another issue to complain about. Guys, women have it so fucking good. There are literally no other issues to complain about. So what did they do? They made up this bullshit #MeToo nonsense to stay relevant. Well, once any man who has ever talked to a woman in a workplace has been fired, what's next? #yes means no. #consent doesn't mean I wanted to fuck you. #putting a condom on your dick doesn't mean I want to fuck. Like, what's next? Pro-blacks are the same in that they don't really want things to change, because if they really changed, pro-blacks would have to find another hustle. And that's exactly what the pro-black movement is. It's a fucking hustle. Guys, be sure to oh, my bad. I'm jumping the gun here. If you have a question, comment, show idea, or personal story you'd like to share, or if you see a video or an article that you think would make a great show idea or conversation fodder for the show, send those in to donovansharp@gmail.com. That is donovansharp@gmail.com. Guys, be sure to sign up for Donovan's Den. It's just $5 a month on Patreon. This Friday, I'm going to be dropping volume 17 of Donovan's Den, how I went from fat to fit. How I got from 312 pounds all the way down to 205. I'm up around 230, 232 right now. But I was almost morbidly obese. I was well over 300 pounds. And so I'm going to talk about how I went from weighing a lot to a little. I'm going to give you guys a real world account of that. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Shout out to Mr. Shane Vicious with the $5 super chat. Mr. Shane Vicious, haven't seen you here in a little while. Good to see you in here. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. Other things that I talk about in Donovan's Den is how to kill approach anxiety. That is the #1 issue with men on the dating scene, is fear of approaching. I am afraid to approach women. I'm afraid of rejection. You sign up for Donovan's Den, I take you step by step on how I killed my own approach anxiety. It is highly, highly effective. I talk about how to become attractive to females before you even learn game, before you even watch The Sharp Reality, before you even read Negromanosphere.com, Return of Kings. I teach you guys how to become attractive to women before learning game. I talk about undercover slut tells that most men are unaware of. Guys, a lot of men are getting played by women who are very good at covering up their slutty tracks. We all know about women who have bull rings in their noses and purple hair and tattoos on their faces. We all know those guys are whores. But we got a lot of women out there who are undercover sluts. They have personality traits and habits that men in America and the culture have written off as just normal female behavior. There are 17, I actually did this over a 3-part series. There are a total of 17 undercover slut tells that I talk about in Donovan's Den. You need to sign up for Donovan's Den, guys. It's going to change your life. Of course, I've got my Banned from YouTube series that I put on Donovan's Den. I took it off YouTube, put it on Patreon. Does size matter? I talk about the cougar myth, why women need to be trained like dogs, the episode that got me banned for 90 days, and of course, it's episodes 195 and 202, 2 things black women can learn from white girls, and Anal Sex 101, respectively. So be sure to sign up for Donovan's Den. It's just $5 a month. Retrofan says, Slut Tells episode was really good. Opened my eyes a lot. Very good comment there. Gentlemen, I also do one-on-one consulting. Can you not get laid? If you think your girl is cheating, if you are fat and out of shape, if you are broke, bad with money, if you want to build a harem, if you need help with text game, if you want a side chick, if you're having trouble with your side chick, is your girlfriend being disrespectful? If you can't close the deal on dates, hit me. DonovanSharp@gmail.com, or you can go to the contact tab at DonovanSharp.com. Drop me a line. Tell me what you need to know. Tell me what you want to learn. Tell me what your problem is. And here's the thing. A lot of guys come to me for consults and they say, hey, Donovan, I think I need a consult. Guys, I don't take every person that comes to me with a personal issue. What I'll do is I'll look at your situation, and if I feel that there is a less expensive avenue to get the help you need, I'll send you there first. If that doesn't answer your question, then we can schedule a consult. I would say it's probably about 50-50. I probably get anywhere between 20 and 30 requests for consults. I probably do between 15 and 17 consults a week because I tell about half of them, look, I would love to be able to, get the business to do a consult and talk to you and shoot the shit, but here's a website you can go to. Here's a book that you should read. Here's a YouTube channel you can watch. Watch TSR live from the beginning. That's going to help you. That's going to save you some money. If you're still not getting the answers that I think you can get, then we can sit down. Then we can do a consult. Either way, hit me. DonovanSharp, ROK@gmail.com, like Rob Cruz did. Great show tonight, guys. 110 people watching. My thanks to Black Mullet 40, Supervillain 100, Rob Cruz, Xanatos Clutch, John Paul, Black Mullet 40 again, Freelance Ronin, and Mr. Shane Vicious for your generous donations. Great show tonight, guys. Tomorrow's show is gonna be even better. I'm actually torn between two different shows. Honestly, I probably won't decide until about noon tomorrow, but stay tuned. TSR Live is going to be back on the air. Listen, I'm back in town. I don't have any other vacations planned. Barring any unforeseen circumstances, I will be back on the air. Same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.